Society will ultimately collapse. It has to. It's done so throughout history many, many times. Now, if you talk about that, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a fear mongerer, and you're nothing but somebody on the internet trying to scare people. And that is so, so closed minded. And let's take a look at these individuals. NASA, you may have heard of them, talking about how they think society will collapse. And they believe that too much inequality and too few natural resources could leave the West vulnerable to a Roman Empire style fall. Have I said this before? I have brought this up many, many times. I've brought it up in my book, in these videos, so often. It has to collapse. It's inevitable. And this is what they said here. Collapse is difficult to avoid. Elites grow and consume too much, resulting in a famine among commoners that eventually causes the collapse of society. That's what I've been talking about for countless times here. You cannot have an elite structure that remains in power forever. There has to be a reset over every so often. Now there could be another option here, that the elite know that there's going to be some sort of fallout here, a collapse, and they have the solution provided, so we can go into a deeper level of darkness into the next epoch or next era, as they say. Or it could go the other way. I'm not sure. However, we are due for a collapse. In fact, we are overdue. Let's look at what else they've said here. Accumulated surplus is not evenly distributed throughout society, but rather has been controlled by an elite. This sounds like it's something right out of my book here. The mass of the population, while producing the wealth, is only allocated a small portion of it by the elites, usually at just above subsistence levels. So we are given a small bit, we get our social security, while the elites take more and more from us. The government structure gives it off to the corporations who are really in control, and we see none of that. So while we work hard, our 9 to 5 jobs every single day, in the grind, day in and day out, they receive all the benefits. Now, does that sound like something that's these individuals here in NASA are talking about? They're talking about the exact same thing. They see the inequality as well, and they are concerned, and as everyone should be. This is something that's very real and very destructive to us, to our futures. We need to prevent the collapse from occurring, or at least, to what I like to say now, is soften the blow. If you're prepared, you soften the blow for this destruction that is ultimately going to have to happen. Look at what the elite have accomplished. They've totally taken over the banking system. They've totally taken over every single objective that we could possibly have. They control everything. They control the whole government structure, which continues to increase. So they own basically everything, and the individual citizen gets nothing but having to pay higher and higher taxes to fund this corrupt system. That's what I'm talking about. Let's look at what I said in the Money GPS. Debt will collapse an empire regardless of how large it is. If you want proof, look at history of ancient Greeks, Romans, and all of the others who thought they could defy the natural forces of the market. When the time has come, it's going to happen. You cannot reverse it. And the only thing I say is, as an individual, see, the society may collapse, but as an individual, as a family, you can do things that prepare yourself and get your family prepared and really soften that blow. I really don't see good things happening here into the future, unfortunately. Because of the way the system is set up, we continue to give more and more power to the government structure, and the government has given that up to basically the highest bidder. I don't want to live in a system that does this. I think we need to make changes, and that's pretty obvious. But the point of this video is that a collapse is absolutely irreversible, and it looks like we're heading in that direction. This is the Money GPS Insiders, where you can get additional information that I don't get to on the YouTube channel or in my book. To do so, go to themoneygps.com, scroll down to the bottom, fill in your email address, and you will get occasional emails from me. Take care, and I'll see you soon.